but I do not think it would be right for me to try to be the captain that steers our country to its next destination.
I will shortly leave the job that it has been the honour of my life to hold.
And I want you to know how sad I am to be giving up the best job in the world.
That I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party.
Britain is in trouble, big trouble, with a government that is flailing around, and rather than dealing with the existential threat of man-made climate breakdown and the destruction of our very life support system on this planet, they are cluelessly or even deliberately, in some sort of scorched earth policy, trying to pander to their donors and stoking the flames of the coming class war that is right in front of them. Trickle-down economics, the wealth gap getting bigger, fracking back on the table, climate change deniers running the country. You couldn't make this shit up. But even for a climate change denier that doesn't believe in renewable energy, you don't need a maths degree to understand that while the price of our energy is controlled by the fossil fuel industry, we need to be using less of it by making our homes more energy efficient. This situation is not going to get any easier. Is it time to insulate our homes yet? There is a popular Chinese proverb that says the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Basically, in the context of energy efficient homes, the best time to be making our homes truly energy efficient, and indeed to be building energy efficient homes from scratch, is right now. The best time to be insulating our homes is right now. So why are we not doing it? Why are we not even building new homes with an A energy rating, installing heat pumps, solar panels, rainwater capture and triple glazing as standard? I'll actually cover the shocking truth about energy efficient new homes in more detail in my next video, so make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so that I can alert you when that video is complete. But this week I'm going to be talking about fixing our woefully leaky housing stock in Britain, and why I believe the government must step in to make this affordable for everyone, for the greater good. But in the meantime, please remove your love gun from its holster, or in this case, my inside pocket. Cock the trigger and shoot the like button. Anyway, let's get on with it. I put out a video last year on the Insulate Britain activists. This was long before Putin invaded Ukraine and long before gas and electricity prices skyrocketed to the point where people's fuel bills for heating their homes, their water, and even just cooking meals. What?
You do know you're still wearing your hat.
Okay, right, fair enough. Better. Or even just cooking their meals had quadrupled in price to the point where many families are now having to choose between heating their homes or having food on the table. The UK government's response to this crisis has been to borrow money from the public purse and cap our fuel costs for the next 6 months by taking the money that they had borrowed from us and giving it to the fossil fuel companies. Now, you really need to understand here that no matter what you have heard or what you think, what is actually driving up the cost of fuel worldwide is not the cost of getting out of the ground. That hasn't changed at all, not at all. The reason it has gone up is market forces, brought on in no small part to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. But the cost of getting gas and oil out of the ground remains the same. So, for a fossil fuel company, this is like all your Christmases and birthdays coming all at once. Suddenly, their commodity is worth 4 times more than it was 3 months ago. And that is pure profit. So, at a predicted cost of tens of billions of pounds, the UK government are borrowing our money, which we will one day have to pay back, and giving it to the likes of Shell, Exxon, BP and Chevron as pure profit. You would think that faced with the combination of existential threat of irreversible climate breakdown and the obscene windfall profits enjoyed by the industry most responsible for destroying our climate, that the answer to this issue would be obvious, in as much as we should tax those obscene profits while simultaneously ramping up our drive towards renewable energy and fixing our leaky housing stock so that we are not dependent on either. Instead, government policy on home insulation is the fiscal equivalent of buying 4 buckets of water with holes in, just so that you can have a single bucket full of water, rather than just fixing the bucket. And all this in a drought. Look, I realise that the analogy has some holes in it. As the hole in the bucket, our leaky housing stock is a very big and expensive hole to fix. And clearly the best time to fix it was indeed years ago. But the second best time is now. So is it time to insulate Britain yet? No, apparently not. Let's instead restart fracking. Let's drill every last drop of North Sea oil and gas. That's a direct quote from Jacob Rees-Mogg. Let's continue to give tens of billions of pounds in subsidies to the fossil fuel industry. That's not a quote. That is exactly what is happening. A fact. Let's open up a new coal mine. A fucking coal mine in Cumbria. Let's destroy this planet for future generations. And again, that is not a quote. It's just something that 99% of the world's scientists think. But yes, let's do all of that instead of fixing the hole in the fucking bucket. Whatever you may feel about the inconvenience of Just Stop Oil in Insulate Britain protesters blocking roads when you're going about your daily business, like trying to get to work, going to a funeral, or even getting to a hospital appointment, the inconvenience of climate breakdown will be far, far worse. They are not called Extinction Rebellion for nothing. We are talking about the end of days here, and possibly in your children's lifetime. Would you call that inconvenient? But in the meantime, we have millions of people this winter in the developed world having to choose between feeding their families or heating their homes. And that really is beyond inconvenient. It is a tragedy. It is shameful. And it is a fucking disgrace. So is it time to insulate Britain yet? Look, I'll be back next week or the week after, well, soon anyway, with some data on the shocking reality of new homes still being built in this country and elsewhere also, I'm sure, without any regard to urban planning and little regard to energy efficiency. So please make sure you subscribe to my channel to get notified when that comes out. Do say insulate Britain now. Don't say let's wait another 10 years.
It's actually 20 years.
What?
20 years, yeah. The best time to plant a tree, according to Chinese proverb, is 20 years ago.
Okay, thanks. Don't say, let's wait another 20 years. But what do you say? Let me know in the comments below. What do you feel about your taxes lining the pockets of the fossil fuel industry? Let me know in the comments below. Has your home been insulated? Let me know. And if you have not already done so, please do take a moment to subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to show me some love by getting out your love gun, cocking the trigger, and shooting the like button. And you can also share this video across any of these social media platforms. Doing all or any of these things really does help me reach a wider audience and hopefully affect positive change. And if you've enjoyed this video and found it useful or just weirdly compelling, you might like this one or even this one.